Good day all. Today I would like to give some tips on how any C5, C7 quadriplegic can write math equations or draw graphs required for any subjects that involves math. But before we begin, I would like to share some history tech on what assistive devices quadriplegic used until to date with the iPad. In the 1970s, medical engineers developed a device called the wrist-driven flexor hinge or wrist splinter, to help quadriplegics with no use of their hands but limited mobility with their wrist. The wrist hinge depends on one's wrist movements to help them hold or pick up any object. Pros: for self-care like performing tasks such as dressing up or meal prep, it gave a bit of independence. Cons: writing things down was tricky and slow. Your writing is sometimes unrecognizable, and the wrist hinge gets a bit heavy to have on if you're writing a lot. In the 1980s, speech recognition softwares like Dragon Naturally Speaking became a popular tool for all disableds with limited use of hands dexterity. Pros: it gave them a neater way to format math equations, and little independence like writing their own homework. Cons: but the accuracy in which to recognize one dictating and the pace it took to correct errors. It took more than a decade for the speech recognition algorithm to run smoothly and effectively. Now it is widely used in university campuses that has assistive technology department. From the 1970s, we had the wrist-driven flexor hinge. In 1980s we had the speech recognition software, and in 2008, touch-screen technology paved the way for smartphones and tablets, which I will be showing on how I use them for doing math assignments. Before I start, I wish to let you know that I be using an iPad Pro 2021. I always suggest people get the biggest iPad available, as the screen size gives one enough space to write things. And in addition, I be using a note-taking app called Note Plus. There are many other great note-taking apps like Notability, but none has cool and reliable features like Note Plus. Note Plus has a very cool menu, the Shape menu, which allows me to draw graphs neatly and quicker than using wrist-driven flexor hinge and speech recognition software.